What's going on? Brian Tonk here. And you know, what's the product that you are always talking about and it's always on the top of your mind? Duh, it's the iPhone, and it will almost always be the iPhone for Apple fans. So this video right here is everything that we've heard so far about the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro models heading into 2022. And yeah, you might know some of this or none of this or all of this because there's always new nuggets or rumors from 6 months ago that come back as if they're new ones. But look, we all know it ain't official until it's official. So let's get to it. And the first thing we know, look, we're still getting 4 iPhones. We're expecting to see that, but the sizing and configuration is going to be a little different. According to multiple reports, the lineup will be made up of 2 6.1-inch iPhones and 2 6.7-inch iPhones. There will be a 6.1-inch iPhone 14, a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Max, and then you're going to get a 6.1-inch iPhone 14 Pro and a 6.7-inch iPhone 14 Pro Max. And yes, that means the iPhone mini is expected to be going bye-bye from the lineup. I mean, there's no iPhone 14 mini at all, so say goodbye just when it got better battery life for the 13. Now, the 2 Pro iPhones, the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max, will still bring a triple lens camera system. The regular iPhones, they still have a dual lens system, but next year, we're expecting a brand new 48 megapixel wide lens from the previous 12 megapixel wide lens on the Pro line, and then a similar 12 megapixel ultra wide and telephoto lenses. Now, an early report from Ming-Chi Kuo also claimed that this new 48 megapixel lens will support 8K video recording for the first time on an iPhone. And look, as a content creator, that's just juicy. Although I don't know a single person who actually owns an 8K TV or display yet. Now, you probably already know the biggest cosmetic change rumored is that the iPhone 14 Pro models will finally bring the hole punch display design. John Prosser and Renders by Ian released their first renders before the iPhone 13 even came out, and it's been reported on since then. This will potentially be the first new flagship iPhone to no longer have a notch since 2017. Now, the hole punch design will obviously bring a larger display area, something that we've seen from countless Android phones for years now. The Face ID hardware will reportedly be moved under the display, while a single front-facing camera lens will be the punch hole. And this is the clean look that I've been waiting for on an iPhone for years. You got the 2 non-Pro iPhones. They're going to still have the notch, so they are not going to remove it from those phones. But it also gives you all of those people who have told me that you absolutely just love the notch to prove it to me and continue to buy an iPhone with one. See, look, they're thinking of you. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, you're not going to buy an iPhone with a notch anymore with the new models. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, Korean website The Elect reports Apple will be sourcing the LTPO OLED displays for the iPhone 14 Pro models from both Samsung and LG Display in 2022. If you recall, Samsung was the exclusive OLED display provider for the 13 Pro models last year. Now, the iPhone 13 Pro Max even earned DisplayMate's Best Smartphone Display Award with their highest ever display performance grade of an A+. So it set or matched 12 of its smartphone display performance records. So yeah, expect another stellar OLED display this year. Now, current rumor reports say that the standard 14 and 14 Max phones will stick with 60Hz displays, and the Pro models will be the only ones with the 120Hz ProMotion displays. Next year's Pro models are also expected to get a bump up to 8 gigs of RAM compared to the 6 gigs in the 13 Pro, so there will be a little performance boost there that you won't even notice. All right, now there is still plenty more iPhone 14 and 14 Pro details to talk about, but let's take a moment to thank Dreamy Technology for sponsoring this video. Dreamy is bringing high-end tech to robot vacuum cleaners like their latest Dreamy Bot Z10 Pro. You know that I'm a huge fan of robot vacuums, and the Z10 Pro has LiDAR advanced navigation for precise navigation and 3D environment mapping, intelligent object recognition and avoidance. These are really must-haves for any robot vacuum for me, and this is also a vacuum and a mop 2-in-1 device, so that's simultaneous dry and wet cleaning all in the Z10 Pro. You don't need 2 devices that take up more space and work independently. You just need the Z10 Pro. Now, it has a 4,000 PA suction. That's more than strong enough to pick up a AA battery, so it's going to suck up everything on your floors with 4 different suction modes for different cleaning requirements. Plus, this has a 150-minute extra long runtime before it needs to be charged, so it can last a while and cover a large space. And another key, it has an automatic dust disposal system. It comes with a dust disposal base with a 4,000 milliliter dust bag to store debris for up to 65 days. And a robot vacuum cleaner, this is an investment that is worth every penny because it saves me so much time while I'm busy handling work and life and everything else. So to find out more about the DreamyBot Z10 Pro, check out the link in the description below. All right, let's get back to the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro. You know, I had talked about it earlier about those first renders released by Prosser and renders by Ian, and they also give us a lot of insight on what the body of this device might look like. It's possible that we'll see a titanium body for the 2022 iPhone compared to the current stainless steel chassis that's been on the iPhone for the past few years. Now, it's still bringing a similar design with two pieces of glass sandwiching a metal frame with that flat edge and flat body design language we've seen from Apple. But the iPhone 14 Pros and 14s could also be getting flatter with less or even no camera bump at all. Now, look at how slick this could be if these renders turn out to be true. And if that's what it is, this is going to be one clean looking iPhone that most of us are going to cover in a case anyways. Now internally, it's a no-brainer. We're still getting a faster next-gen 5nm A16 processor. Reports say that it'll also have an improved faster 5G chip and faster Wi-Fi 6E. Now for me, Wi-Fi 6E could be the under-the-radar feature here with a lot bigger implications because, you know, it's been rumored that the iPhone and their upcoming AR/VR glasses will require Wi-Fi 6E for faster wireless data transfer speeds to send information to Apple's glasses. The iPhone is reportedly expected to share the workload with Apple's new mixed reality glasses for the first generation, and we could see it announced as early as the end of 2022. Kind of one of those products that who knows if it happens, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they're actually going to do. Now, the 14 and the 14 Pro, they'll be the first iPhones to have Wi-Fi 6E, and sure, look, they could have included it last year, but, you know, with Apple, the timing that they do this is always for a specific reason, whether adopting new tech and catching on to it a little later. Wi-Fi 6E has been around for a while, and Apple glasses specifically could really be one of those main reasons that we get Wi-Fi 6E next year on the iPhone. Now, there are also reports that the iPhone 13 could be getting satellite messaging. That never happened, but the reports now have shifted that feature over to the 14 lineup. It would be treated as an emergency feature and only work in areas without any cellular coverage in select markets. We know that it won't make the iPhone a satellite iPhone, but instead, the idea is to integrate satellite messaging into the Messages app and then allow a user to contact emergency services or even close friends if you have no signal, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Now, the Messages bubbles would appear as gray bubbles here, joining the iMessage blue bubbles, and then, you know, the ill-fated SMS green bubbles that screw up the entire group chat. You know who you are. Of course, many of these things could change, but the rumor reports, they're so darn good these days that it's likely most of the rumors and all these things that we talked about that we know right now will end up panning out when the iPhone 14 lineup is officially announced sometime in September of 2022. So, what do you think about the new iPhone? What iPhone do you have right now? Because I think that matters too. Is this the iPhone that will make you upgrade? Because as someone who, you know, has always been pretty anti-notch, actually completely anti-notch from day one, I'm already ready to pull the trigger on the 14 Pro if the new design, 8K video recording, and Wi-Fi 6E are on these new iPhones, and also really if it's a requirement to use Apple's future glasses as well, because I'm not someone who upgrades my iPhone every year, at least in the past I haven't, but this is definitely a year to do it. So I want to hear what you think, because in a way, I mean, the iPhone 13 Pro was almost, quite honestly, as close to, let's call it a perfect iPhone as you can get, functionally, battery life, feature-wise. But I want to hear from you. Let's stop talking over here. Put it in the comments, and I'm gonna read them while I'm doing my one-arm push-ups, because I got that other arm to read comments. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my videos when they drop. And if you want more of that Apple goodness, you can check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast to get the latest deep dive with all these stories and new ones every week. So iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro, look, the hype never dies. So take care and be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.